Meanwhile, tonight, a national audit recommends Marion County scrap its 9-township small claims courts for one centralized court. Now, this is the very latest as lawmakers decide how to fix that system. Our 13 Investigates department first uncovered high fees and bulk filings in random courts more than a year ago. Well, tonight, our investigator Sandra Chapman is back with what's sparking brand new calls for some change.
Marion County's smallest township no longer boasts of big-time filings in small claims court. It's just one of the findings from a national audit showing the township system inadequate in providing an independent court that avoids potential favoritism from collection attorneys and other high-volume filers. In fact, the National Center for State Courts recommends lawmakers move all small claims into the Marion County Superior Court system, where it would become more uniform and a court of record.
It's going to be hard to sell this to the legislature.
Judge Louis Rosenberg isn't surprised by new calls for reform. He asked the NCSC to town following troubling revelations by an Indiana Supreme Court task force and 13 Investigates. We found medical debt attorneys like Derek Johnson bulk filing in Decatur Township where there are no hospitals, bypassing closer courts.
I think that Decatur Township was a popular court for people who didn't have a tie with Decatur Township. They just chose it.
So, Derek, would you say that you're foreign shopping?
I'm not interested in speaking with you.
According to the audit, Decatur Township had the second highest number of filings in all Marion County in 2010. By the end of last year, it had the lowest. In fact, the audit found a new state Supreme Court rule hitting the Decatur Township Court hard. It requires debt collectors to file lawsuits in the townships where patients live or were treated. Between January and April of 2013, Decatur had 1,400 filings. This year, just over 400. That's a 70% decrease. In 2010, the township brought in more than $500,000 in revenue, among the top 3. Based on the most recent numbers, it's now dead last.
But it's good policy in the sense that you want people to be able to go to the court that's most convenient for them.
The report also examined the cost of doing court business. In Washington Township, more than $100 to handle a case. The most efficient, Pike Township, at just $32 per case. The audit now recommends a centralized administrator handle the budgets for small claims, not 9 different township trustees. The Lawrence Township Trustee's office is already working to make the court its own entity.
Have that hands-off approach too, to have the to have the judge run the court how he wants to run it.
I feel very strongly that we need reform. The worst option is do nothing.
The judges in all but Perry and Warren townships have come up with a judge's plan. They want to keep the township system with full-time elected judges overseen by an executive committee. A legislative study committee will look at both proposals in coming weeks. John.